Nako mga kabsat, grabe naman itong si Vodcaster mga kabsat. No? Mayroon siyang topic dito. Yung latest vlog niya mga kabsat, 5 hours ago. Sabi niya dito mga kabsat, no? Bongo! Posibleng suportahan ang impeachment ni Sara para para makatakbo siya sa pagka-presidente sa 2028. Tignan nga natin to. 22 minutes, gawin nating 15 minutes to. Sige. Bilisan natin. Buenos dias. Again, sa mga bagong pasok, huwag kalimutan mag-like and subscribe, Mabsat. Like and subscribe po tayo. Walang bayad yan, mga Kabsat. Maraming salamat. Alright. Shoutout sa mga bagong pasok po. Yan, shoutout kay Elvira, Ardayan, Mark Bon Jovi.
Buenas noches, damas y caballeros. Grabe itong pahayag ni Senator or former Senate President and Justice Secretary Frank Drilon. Grabe itong revelasyon niya ukol sa mga infightings at laglagan blues dyan sa Senado. At ang bago dito ay yung posibilidad na si Senator Bongo ay lilipat sa majority block.
Daw.
At kung lilipat siya sa majority block, lalakas yung numero ng mga anti-Duterte senators. Hindi naman anti-Duterte pero at least hindi kasama sa mga Chinador Black, hindi kasama sa Chinador Black.
Ganun ba Ardayan, Senator?
Lalakas yung certainty of conviction ni Vice President Sara Duterte kung matuloy nga yung impeachment trial. Kasi sa ngayon medyo slim, pero very slim pa ang number. Kung pwede pa yan malagasan yung 15 majority support kay Frank Drilon. Maganda yan maging 16, maging 17, maging 18, ganoon, para malakas, lalo na pagbotohan na nila yung issue whether to convict or to acquit Sara Duterte kung natuloy na nga yung impeachment trial dyan sa Senado. So ngayon, when asked ukol dito sa issue sa Rigodon, when asked about itong posisyon ni Tito Soto, kung delikado ba siya, kung safe ba siya, kung pwede ba siya matanggal anytime, sabi ni Frank, may mga nababalitaan siya sa Senado na baka madagdagan pa itong puwersa. May madagdagan pa itong puwersa ni
104,
Tito
salamat.
Soto. Baka maging 16 pa sila o 17 dahil baka lilipat si Bongo sa puwersa ng majority kasi pabor sa kanya kung ma-convict si Sara Duterte, matanggal sa pwesto, she will be perpetually banned from running for office. And of course, with that, dahil wala na siyang immunity, she can be charged with plunder or malversation of public funds. At kung hindi siya tatakas, kung hindi siya tatagbo papunta sa motherland niya na China, ay pwede siya makulong. So either way, kahit hindi pa man siya makulong, kung grab and bribery available graft and bribery charges naman ang ipapile sa kanya, she can no longer run dahil perpetually banned na siya. Yun ang pinakamalaking damage sa kanya kung ma-convict siya o ma-impeach siya sa Senado. So ito ang nabasa ni Frank Drilon na yung mga bali-balita na magja-jump ship daw si Bongo ay may katotohanan, sabi niya, o may posibilidad na mangyari. So baka sabihin nyo na, grabe naman yan kuan mo, baka fake news yan. Sinabi ba talaga yan ni Drilon? Kaya diretso na tayo dito sa ANC interview kay Karen Davila with former Senate President and my friend, kaibigan ko yan, si former DOJ Secretary Frank Drilon. Mabait yan kahit sa personal.
That most likely there will be no impeachment trial if the new Senate President comes from the minority. Your exact quote is the Senate trial will not push through based on what we've seen in the past few months. But even if there is a new Senate President, is the Senate able as a body to decide not to pursue the impeachment trial when they are constitutionally mandated to convene as an impeachment court. Kumbaga, do they have a choice?
Well, Karen, remember that impeachment is a political process, partly political and partly legal. And therefore, whether or not how the Senate will act at a certain point will be influenced by the politics in the chamber and the country. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. Senator Cheese was perceived to be leaning towards Vice President Duterte. He may not like it, but the impression was that he delayed the impeachment trial because it is not favorable for the Vice President to be tried in an impeachment trial with full view of the public, and it is not good for 2028. So believe me, Karen, the events in today's Senate, the changes, the threats on the leadership is all related to 2028.
Now, Senate President Tito Soto in an interview said he was the one who actually exposed it, that a minority senator approached Loren Legarda and offered
Yan na.
Legarda the Senate presidency,
Yan na.
and she declined, right? So she didn't want to side with the minority. Because of that, Senate President Tito Soto then acquiesced and offered Legarda a part of the Senate presidency. So ang tanong dito, these are two leaders that are still with a majority at this point. Do you believe that if there's a change in leadership and it becomes Legarda, there's a possibility hindi matutuloy ang impeachment trial?
Matutuloy po because, all right, from whom did I hear, media quoted, I think it was Senator Soto, who said, or it could be another senator, who said that senator is Senator Bongo. Look back at our recent political history. We knew that Bongo wanted to go for a higher office, if I recall correctly,
BINGO.
as president. And, because he was not a political ally of Sara Duterte, Sara decided to run for president initially. So Bongo could no longer run as president. So you relate that to the political events today. Assuming that the media reports are correct, that Senator Bongo was the one who wanted to move to the majority. Look at that. He wants to move to the majority so that the impeachment trial may have a chance of proceeding, of taking place. And no matter how you look at it, that would be harmful to the quest of Sara Duterte to be president in 2028.
You believe that, Senator Drilon? Let's say the impeachment trial pushes through in the Senate. Do you believe that would be harmful to Sara Duterte's presidential bid, or it could go into the reverse and even help her bid?
Each of us to our own opinion. But being exposed on national television to a trial of alleged shenanigans in the office of the Vice President will be harmful to the quest of the Vice President to become president in 2028.
Yun. Kino-confirma rin ni Drilon yung parati na natin sinasabi kasi kung matuloy yung impeachment trial, araw-araw yan.
Sirang-sira na.
Araw-araw yan. It will start hopefully end of February or March, and then tuloy-tuloy yan hanggang end of this year. So papasok na tayo niyan sa campaign period, not official but unofficial campaign period. In fact, si Sara 2022 pa lang, pagpasok pa lang sa vice presidential office, nangangkampanya na. So everyday marinig natin, everyday makita natin yung mga testimony ng mga witnesses laban kay Sara, yung testimony ng Commission on Audit, yung testimony ng COA ukol sa mga bank transfer niya, malaman natin yung magkano bang pera pumasok sa account niya galing kay sa mga drug lords na sila Michael Yang, sila Alan Lim, Peter Uy, at mga pogo money, mga drug money, mga
Chinese.
Lahat, so this will really be damaging to her. Parati naman natin sinasabi yan. At yan rin ang sinasabi ni Senator Frank Drilon. Sige, tuloy tayo.
I think common sense would dictate that if you are subjected to this kind of a publicity, it will affect your chances in the next presidential election. That's the most logical way to look at this. So it is to the interest of those allied with the vice president to refrain from or to push for a change of leadership in the Senate because the sympathies of Senator Soto has been expressed that he would want to go to trial of the impeachment complaint. And by the way, that position of Senator Soto should be valid whether it's Sara Duterte or Bongbong Marcos who will be under trial in an impeachment case.
Okay, just quickly on this, earlier this week, Senate Minority Leader Alan Cayetano did admit that they could not muster the 13 votes needed to change the current Senate.
Yun lang, okay na yun, yung sinabi ni Trilon. Na tama yun mga media reports na hindi malalagasan yung majority votes, madadagdagan pa dahil may isang senador sa minority at ito nga si Bongo ang lilipat sa majority. So from 15 maging 16 sila. Bakit siya lilipat? Dahil sa tingin niya only mas qualified siya, mas malakas siya, naging number 1 senator siya, mas malakas siya siguro sa tingin niya damage goods na si Sara Duterte habang siya kahit may kaso pero medyo kahit papaano hindi naman ganun ka controversial, hindi pa naman siya formally nakasuhan nakasuhan na siya ni former Senator Trillanes sa Frigate scam, sa 4 billion project ng CLTG builders ng tatay niya under the Duterte administration, a clear case of conflict of interest at saka ibang charges, pero hindi pa naman siya formally nakasuhan by the Ombudsman sa Sandigan Bayan. Kasi ngayon parang masabi natin nasa preliminary stage pa lang. At hindi pareho kay Sara, parang lahat, all quarters from all sides umaatake kay Sara Duterte. So sa tingin siguro ni Bongo na it's just a matter of time na either matanggal sa pwesto, ma-perpetually ban from running for office or makulong si Sara Duterte o mapuwersa si Sara Duterte tumakas dahil meron na siya naharap na non-bailable na kaso. So sa tingin ni Bongo, kung mangyari yan, at least may spare tire. At siya na yun. So alalahanin natin, during the troubling years in 2021 and 2022, hindi pa gaano malakas si Sara. Ang medyo serious lang talaga tumakbo ay si former Vice President VP Leni Robredo and President Bongbong Marcos. Si Sara atras abante pa Atras abante, tatagbo presidente, pagkatapos hindi, ganon-ganon. So around that time, ang PDP laban ay they came out with a statement of support, including kay Duterte, na patatakbuhin nila si Bongo as a presidential candidate. Inanunsyo na nila yun. At in fact, si Bongo already replaced si Belhica as PDP president to prepare himself para tumakbo as PDP presidential candidate. Kasi si Sara Duterte that time, ngayon na sila nagka-okay ni Digong, pero that time nag-aaway-away pa sila ni Digong dahil nga ito si Bongo andun sa kampo nila Hanilet Abansenya na may control talaga sa Malacanang, whereas sa tingin nila Sara, sila si Mrs. Zimmerman at sila Pulong, sila Baste outside di Kulambu. Si Bongo pa ang parang anak talaga ni Duterte na nasa loob, nasa inner circle talaga ni Duterte. So doon nakikita ni Duterte hindi niya makontrol yung anak niya si Sara. Wala pa siya sa kulungan noon, presidente pa siya 2021. At si Sara naman ay miyembro rin ng party ni Romualdez, yung Lakas CMD. So yung natural choice lang talaga ni Duterte ay to give his blessing to someone within his party, yung Padapa ngayon. Pero dati PDP laban, ngayon Padapa na lang. So pinili nila si Bongo. In fact, gumalaw na nga, nangangampanya na si Bongo. Umatras na lang siya around November 2021 kasi yun nga nag-decide na si Sara by that time na to consider running for president or later on vice president. So umatras si Bongo. He announced his withdrawal from the race. At sabi pa niya sa speech niya, it's not yet my time. Hindi pa raw time niya. Sabi pa niya, my family doesn't want it either. So I thought maybe this is not yet my time. Sabi ni Bongo sa mga reporters. So ayaw daw ng pamilya niya. Pero syempre siya at saka si Digong gusto. Kasi kumpiyansa rin si Bongo na nag-number 1 siya sa senatorial race, kaya niya. Mas lalakas siya kay Sara kung tatagbo siya, and at that time, kung ang bibigyan ng Duterte yung machinery ng Duterte administration, may chance siya manalo, plus dominant party pa ang PDP laban noon. Ngayon na lang man yan, nalagasan na yan ng puwersa kasi wala na nga si Duterte. Kaya andyan pa rin yan, dream ni Bongo to run as president. Kaya pabor na pabor sa kanya kung matuloy yung impeachment, madadagdagan yung puwersa ng majority bloc at ma-convict si Sara, ma-impeach si Sara, at she will be perpetually banned from running for office, mawala na siya ng pwesto sa as VP, and then that way pwede na siya kasuhan, makulong na siya kung hindi siya tatagbo ng China. So yan, kaya yan ang konteksto na sa political analysis rin ni Drilon na si Bongo ay parang ito rin ang siguro ito rin ang plan B ng tatay ni kasi nakikita siguro ni Duterte, okay, kung malusutan ni Sara yung second impeachment sa kanya, malulusutan pa niya yung impeachment sa 2027. Kumbaga, ang daming roadblocks for Sara. Whereas si Bongo, ang babantayan lang niya yung ICC arrest warrant. So baka sa tingin niya, baka sa tingin niya na pwede may chance siya, na tumakbo sa pagka-presidente at he can do better. So yan talaga sinasabi natin, ito talaga yung linggo ng laglagan, itong
Wala
si
na.
Aimee,
Laglagan
nilaglag
portion.
si Alan Peter Cayetano. Hindi daw siya ang nagmaniobra para ikudeta itong si Tito Soto. Tapos ito naman si Bongo, ilalaglag na si Sara Duterte at mga kasamahan niya. No wonder dito sa issue ng China, yung resolution nila condemning the abusive acts of the Chinese embassy, ay napakatahimik si Bongo. Yan. And that is coming from Frank Drilon himself. So tingnan natin. Hopefully this will happen. Nagkawatak-watak na sila. Dahil
Wala
in
na.
the end, they are just, of course, looking at their own personal interests. So yan lang po. Yun lang po ang update natin dito sa impeachment. Sana nga magdilang anghel ito si former Senator Frank Drilon. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Again, also thank you pala si Trish Mercado na badmate rin natin na
Alright, salamat Sir Bad. Yan na mabsat, no? Gravity. Alright, bago tayo mag-end, kasi may last topic pa tayo. May isisingit pala akong isa. Bago yung pinakalas. Si Harry Roque, mga kabsat, nagsalita. Promise back si Harry Roque. Pakinggan natin ano yung rest back ni Harry Roque, mga kabsat. Countdown lang muna tayo. Pakinggan natin yung kay Harry Roque.